Kevin Sidebottom here, author, speaker, trainer. I travel the country and I teach sales organizations and leadership teams how to use the principles and the tactics to grow influence and, increase their sales with profits. That's what I love to do. Today, let's talk about how you manage your territory. That's right. When I started, I was actually in sales as a territory manager. Okay. I think it should have probably been just a sales guy is basically what the role is. But, that was the title as a territory manager. I had a geographical area that I had to manage. It's kind of like farming. You have a plot of land, you got to plant your seeds, you got to water them, you got to fertilize them, you got to pick out the weeds, and you grow your crops. And then you harvest. That's basically what I envisioned my territory as. And I also looked at it as, hey, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. If this was my business and this is my territory, this is my area that I could grow in, how would I manage my business so that I could grow? So every interaction, it was, what can I do to grow my business? That's how I filtered all of the decisions in my territory. Yeah, I did ask, managers, sales managers, and, the organization owner to just kind of get some insight on what they would do to bounce some ideas off them. But ultimately, the decision to grow my territory was on myself. So, how do we travel? How do we manage our territory is probably what we're going to talk about right in this video. And here's how I did it as traveling. Now, I had basically half the state of Florida and I had the entire panhandle. So if you took the state of Florida, went straight down in the peninsula, all the stuff to the left was mine through the center of the state, and then I had the panhandle. Okay? And we would travel. I was on the road about 110 nights a year in hotel beds and in different cities every night. And I was out there pounding the pavement, mainly because it was a new product and we were new to the territory. Okay, we had never been in this environment before, so I was out there growing the relationships and learning who was doing what and managing everything. So when I was traveling, I really had to manage my time. How could I be effective? One of the things that one of my mentors taught me was to always travel in a leaf pattern. That's right. If you literally think about it, a leaf kind of goes up and around. So when I would map out my territory and I found all my current customers, all the prospects, and all the people I needed to go see, I would sit there and really map it out. So how could I go out and travel and make my way back each week? So I wasn't just kind of like shooting off over here and then over there, then down here, then over here, and then over here, and then over here. Because being on the road and sitting behind the wheel wasn't netting me any new business. So I really had to map that out, and using kind of like a leaf, or if you want to use a flower petal, whatever it is, use that to your advantage. By using the flower petal or the leaf pattern, you actually maximize your territory. So you're down in the southern part for the week, but you're working your way down there, hitting customers all the way down till you get that southern point, and work your way back. And that was the most efficient way for us to travel and not waste time, because time is the most valuable asset. You don't have more. You can't multiply, you can't add, you can only subtract time. So your efforts have to be managed well. So it taught me about time management and prioritizing conversations and who to sit with. So it wasn't just an order taker. I had to go out there and pioneer and grow. Okay? And you had to learn all the places to stay. So one of the things I learned in my territory and how to manage was my costs. So at different times of the year in Florida, all the people come down in the winter, makes it more congested, but all the pricing of the hotels go up. During the summer, when everybody leaves after about May, well, guess what? The prices went down. So I would go and stay at the different areas, and I would know, and I'd talk to the managers of the hotels to find a kind of a price in the middle that I could maintain throughout the whole year at some of the places that it was more frequent. And guess what? I saved money. I also had to manage my conversations with customers and prospects. And if someone called me up in Tallahassee and I was down in Naples, I would literally open up my calendar and say, I cannot make it today. If you want, we can have a phone conversation early in the morning the next day or later on at night. Or I will be there in 2 weeks. Can we set up a meeting then? Is it really needed? Is there an emergency going on? And 9 times out of 10, there wasn't an emergency, and we could manage it well. So being, a territory manager or managing your sales territory, you definitely have to manage your time well. And you have to prioritize who you're going to see when you're going to see it. Okay? So those were very helpful. And we had to make sure that I was going out and making every relationship grow and cultivate, and I was scouring the map and I was scouring the internet to find all the prospects. And then every year I was going through and evaluating all of my current customers, all the people I wanted to talk to. I knew what they carried as far as competitor equipment. I really understood everything about all these people, and I could map out who is going to be my priority target throughout the next year. And yeah, some of it changed, but 90% of it did not. And I really worked those relationships to grow the business. I mean, there was a couple of years where it was just hot. And even during a down environment, we were still growing. At one point, it was like 50% in 2008 and 2009 during the recession. We were growing business by using these priorities and some of these concepts that I teach, and it just helped greatly. Now, if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out. My contact information is below. If this video was helpful for you, hey, share it with somebody else in your organization. Maybe it helps them. And if you need anything, definitely reach out. I am here to help you. That's why I create this video and I create all the other videos and the weekly blogs, is to help you. All right? We'll see you next time.